guys, what's going on? It's the boy Majora boy and welcome back to another video. So by now you've seen the title and the thumbnail of this video and you might be asking a question to yourself. Bro, did you have corona? And the short answer to that question is yes, and the long answer is yeah. Okay, getting back to the video, the whole point of making today's video was to share my home quarantine experience with you guys. So grab your favorite snacks, grab your drinks, sit back and let me tell you guys everything from my daily routine to a few experiences I had due to COVID-19. Let's start the video with my daily routine. So my day would begin with me waking up at 7 AM in the morning, and the reason for that is I had online classes during that time as well, due to which I had to wake up early in the morning. So as soon as I would wake up, I would check my oxygen levels in my body using this machine called an oximeter, which basically monitors your oxygen saturation in your blood and also monitors your heartbeat. So basically my oxygen has to be above 92. If it goes below 92, then there is a problem and I have to notify it to my doctor. After checking my oxygen levels, I would check my body temperature using a temperature gun. Now, more than aiming it at my head, I aimed it at my wrist, as you do get a more accurate read on your temperature by aiming the gun at your wrist. Once I was done checking all of that, I would ask for a glass of turmeric salt water because my doctor told me to gargle with that in the morning. After doing my gargles, I would brush my teeth, have a shower and get ready for my online classes. Now I would be completely ready by 8 AM, but before I could sit down for my online classes, I would get a little bit of steaming done. For those of you who don't know what steaming is and how it is done, you basically put water into the steaming machine over here and then turn the switch on. Once the switch is on, the device starts heating the water and makes steam, which you then inhale for some time. Yeah, that's it. Nothing too fancy. After I was done with that, I would sit down and join my online class. Now alongside my first period of online class, I would have my cup of kada along with a small bowl of soaked raisins and figs. For those of you who don't know what kada is, it's a herbal drink that consists of a lot of spices and herbs. Now the thing with kada is that you either love it or hate it. I personally love it, and in my experience, kada has really helped me in my 2 weeks with COVID-19. After the kada, I would take my vitamin C tablet, which I had to take twice a day. One in the morning and one in the evening. So my online classes would go on till 11:30 AM and I would have a small break between 9:30 AM to 9:40 AM, during which I would have my breakfast. Now usually my breakfast in the mornings would be eggs, as my doctor told me to eat a lot of proteins, as proteins really help in your recovery of COVID-19. Now due to me having COVID-19, any food served to me would first be kept outside of my room to reduce the contact between me and my family. So I would quickly take my breakfast from outside and eat it in the short break that was given to me between my online classes. After I was done with my meal, I would wash my plate with soap, disinfect it with sanitizer and then keep it outside my room for collection. Now as soon as my class would get over at 11:30 AM, I would check my parameters again and take some steam. After I was done with that, I would boot up my Nintendo Switch and play Xenoblade Chronicles DE till about lunchtime. If I'll be honest, I didn't see myself trying out the Xenoblade Chronicles series ever in my life due to its combat system and all, but I was like, I'm in quarantine, let's give this a shot, and man, was I so wrong about this franchise. Personally, I'm in love with the entire story of the game and its unique combat system, which is simple but at the same time it has a complex learning curve to it. After lunch, I would get onto YouTube and catch up on the videos that I missed out on. And after an hour of social media, I would get ready for an afternoon nap. The reason being that my doctor told me to sleep at least for 1 hour in the afternoon because sleep is very necessary in recovering from COVID. So I would just set up my blanket and get right into bed. After I would wake up, I would check my parameters again, take some steam and then sit down for completing my online class assignments. Now depending on the assignments, I would take up to an hour or two for completing them. After I was done with that, I would set up Netflix and watch a few TV shows till 7 PM. If you're wondering what shows I watched during quarantine, I basically saw a lot of different anime that I wanted to see from a very long time, like Demon Slayer, Konosuba and Detective Millionaire Balance Unlimited. After 7 PM, me and my mom would physically distance ourselves while wearing our masks and we would basically chat about, COVID, history, how did we spend our day, and all for like about an hour, after which I would sit down for dinner by 8 p.m. Now I would quickly finish my dinner by 8:20 p.m. and get back to my TV shows. Now I would watch my TV shows till 9:15 p.m. After that, me and my friends would catch up for a few matches of Call of Duty and we would play till 9:45 p.m. After 9:45 p.m. I would get ready to sleep because my doctor told me to go to sleep by 10 p.m. Now before sleeping, I would check my parameters one last time, take some steam, brush my teeth, have my night kada, and end it with the Zinconia tablet. The Zinconia part I had to only do for the first 10 days after I got infected. And that would basically be my daily routine for the weekdays. Now this would change depending on the situation, but mostly throughout my home quarantine, this is how I spent my time. Also, if I were to tell you the biggest perk of home quarantine in my opinion, it is that you get to eat awesome homemade food made by your mom, which is a huge morale booster in a situation like this. So big shout out to my mom, who in my opinion is the best cook out there. Now let's come to the part of the video in which I tell you guys a bit about my experiences which I had during the past 2 weeks with COVID-19. The first experience was me coming to know that I was COVID positive. So it was a Tuesday evening and we had Ganpati in the house. Everybody is chilling. I was watching an anime review from Gigak when I heard my mom call my name from the top floor in a serious tone. So I immediately left what I was doing and I started walking towards her, and while I'm walking I ask her that what exactly happened. She replies to me while saying, that you are positive. Now at first I don't get what she's saying, so I ask her, what do you mean by me being positive? So she tells me that you are COVID positive. And I will kid you not, the only reaction that came out of my mouth or out of me was, oh. Yeah, that was it. I did not feel scared. I did not have a chill down my spine. It was just like, oh. And then I followed it with another question saying, okay, what do we do now? Now I could see that my mom was really tense. She was calling up the doctors and she told me to go back down my room with a mask and that we're going to sanitize the entire place. But at that moment, I was not thinking about myself. I was actually thinking about my family and who else might have contracted the disease, because I did not want anything to happen to them. And that thought actually bothered me for a few days until their test came back negative, after which I was a bit more calmer and stress free. The second experience I want to tell you guys is when I got back my report telling me that I was COVID free. Now coincidentally, it was again a Tuesday, and it being a Tuesday, I had to attend my online classes, so I woke up at around 7 a.m. As soon as I woke up, I went to check my phone to see if I had actually woken up on time and to just check my notifications. Now as I'm doing that, I do realize that my room's door has opened and I can make out that my mom is standing out there. And as soon as I look at her, she starts walking towards me slowly, and I'm still in that half awoken state, so I don't realize that she's not wearing a mask and that her hands are stretched out. And by the time I realize it, I understand what she's coming to do. She's coming to give me a hug. So the first thing I do is I get under my blanket and I tell her that do not come close to me, I'm still COVID positive. And she responds to me and tells me that, listen, if you were corona positive, I wouldn't be coming close to you. And then I ask her, what do you mean if I was corona positive? And she responded to me by telling me that my COVID report came back, and in that report, I was COVID negative. As soon as I heard those words, me and my mom hugged, because finally those 2 weeks of corona were over. Now before I end this video, I want to tell all of my viewers who might have contracted the disease to stay strong and positive. I know it's really scary at first, but if you stay strong and positive, it will really help you a lot in your recovery. And for those of my viewers who have not contracted the disease yet, good for you! But please don't go outside to meet your friends or to have some fun or to shoot some aesthetic photos. And if you really have to go out for necessary things like buying essentials, then please wear your mask, your face shield, and do maintain social distancing, especially if you're in a COVID hotspot like Pune or Mumbai. So guys, that's all for today. If you did like this video, then please leave a big fat thumbs up on it. But if you loved it, then please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this one. And as always, this is your boy Majora Boy signing off for today, and I'll see you in the next one.